This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Clint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, what up? Happy Thursday. Jason Walker Show. Hanging out. Off the Wall Advertising Man Cave. Get a hold of Chase Cloker or myself. We'll partner up with you at Off the Wall and Jason Walker Media. Get you on Continental Divide Radio. Off the Wall will take care of you as well. Jason Walker Show. Always fun to be in the Off the Wall Man Cave. Big show coming up today. We will check in with Jefferson High football coach Clint Layng. Not many people expected the Panthers to be in the semifinals, but yet here we are for the third consecutive year, Jefferson in the playoffs, but not facing Florence Carlton in the semis, taking on Manhattan. We'll talk about that game. Coming up with Clint Layng on this day in history, much more coming up. You can watch on Facebook, Twitter, or X, whatever it's called, YouTube. Listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, Spotify, iHeart Podcast, Apple, Google, SoundCloud, Rumble. We're everywhere. Go to jasonwalkershow.com. You can also download Continental Divide Radio app at the Apple Store and soon to come to the Google Play Store as well. Let's see. Walk Up is brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry. 3 distinct divisions so you can create the log home of your dreams and your budget. Milled, handcrafted, and timber frame. Check them out. yourcustomlog.com to get started today. Well, getting started today is the all-class state volleyball tournament down at Brick Breeden Fieldhouse in Bozeman. AA field does not include the defending champ. Billings Senior did not make it despite, they have 22 wins this year. Billings West is back, 27-0. West has been runners-up the last 2 years. CMR 2 years ago and Senior last year. Gallatin 22-5, Skyview 17-11, Bozeman's 20-8, Glacier 20-7, Helena High 18-9, Sentinel 17-11, and Capital 7-21. But Capital making noise at the divisional tournament last week in Butte and getting to state, which is fantastic. You talk about Billings West, man, very, very good. Unbeaten. You've got 6 players 6 foot or taller. We talk about middle blockers a lot. Sydney Pierce, one of the best. Brooklyn Pierce as well. Hallie Haber. Then you've got the outside. You've got some great players for Billings West on that eastern side. Talked to Helena High coach Lindsay Day yesterday. She's got some fantastic players as well in Birdie Heiser, Chloe Sanders. I've seen Sentinel, who's not there, but I've seen Glacier in person against Sentinel. And tell you what, Glacier is a very, very good volleyball team. Christy Harkins has it going on. Wolfpack beat Helena 3-2 in the championship of divisionals last week. Beat Helena 2 out of 3 times this year. Ella Farrell can do it all. Haven Spears, fantastic. This is going to be a fun AA tournament. Today, Glacier Bozeman, Sentinel Gallatin face off, and then West takes on Capital and Skyview and Helena High. Class A, Billings Central, the defending champs. They've won 5 of the past 6 and the last 3. Billings Central volleyball is a lot like Havre girls basketball, just dominating over the last decade. This year's field: Central, Hardin, Lockwood, Glendive, Frenchtown, Hamilton, Whitefish, and Polson. Hardin has lost just once in 3-set matches this year. Lockwood beat them. Billings Central went 5 sets and 4 sets against Hardin. It's going to be very, very good Class A. Hamilton, Lockwood face up first. Hardin, Polson, then Frenchtown, Glendive, Billings Central, and Whitefish. Class B, which I'll get to call the state championship on Saturday for NFHS. The defending champs, Huntley Project. They're back. Columbus, Deer Lodge, Eureka, Fairfield, Fairview, Florence, and Townsend. And I think it's just Townsend and Huntley, the only teams back from last year. Huntley's won 14 titles overall, and the last couple. They're very good. I mean, Joliet won it, beating Huntley in Shelby in 2020, and Huntley's won the last 2 to get back on track. Huntley's 27-0. Townsend has placed 3rd the last couple years. Talked to Coach Megan Bliley yesterday. They've been to state a lot. Still looking to get over the hump and get to the championship. They've lost, 4 times this year? Jefferson and Huntley, the only teams to beat Townsend. So, man, good volleyball. I can't wait for this. Well, Clint Lange's going to break down State B volleyball for us too, because he has a daughter that played at Jefferson. Jefferson, unfortunately, couldn't make it to state. Huntley takes on Eureka. Fairfield, Deer Lodge opening round, and then Florence against Columbus. I like that match. And then Townsend takes on Fairview. 6 newcomers this year to state at Class B. And Class C, the defending champ, Manhattan Christian, and has lost just 2 games this year. Christian, Belt, Broadus, Bridger, Chester, Joplin, Inverness, Roy Winifred, Saco, Whitewater, Hinsdale, and Twin Bridges, who is one of the teams to get a game from Manhattan Christian. Bridger's been in the championship 3 of the last 5 years. Manhattan Christian's won 3 of the last 4 and went back-to-back. So a lot of the same teams back in Class C. It's going to be a fun one. And that is all taking place down in Bozeman, Brick Breeden Field House. Whew, good stuff. You got high school football playoffs, semifinal action this weekend. AA, Glacier hosting Gallatin tomorrow night. Bozeman hosting Capital. Defense, defense, defense. We talk about how good all the offensive teams are. Capital's got the best running game in AA. They average over 240 yards per game. Bozeman, one of the top passing attacks. But defense, Bozeman has not allowed a team to score 20 points. 17 is the most. Gallatin got them when they lost. The Raptors did 21-17 in week 5. 4 of 10 opponents have scored more than 1 touchdown. That's it. 9.7 points per game. Capital's allowing just 15 points per game. Take out the Gallatin Glacier games in which Capital's outscored 84-14. But coming in hot, 4 straight for the Bruins. Bozeman, unbeaten this year, hasn't lost since last year's state title game to Capital. Hawks looking for their first title since 2019. Gallatin hosting Glacier. Got really good defenses there too. And really good offenses as well. Glacier, the top scoring offense. Jackson Presley, we talked with Coach Grady Bennett last week, the sophomore. Almost 2,300 yards, 23 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions this year. Glacier's only allowed 98 points this year. Gallatin has allowed 97. But Glacier's allowing just 8 points at home this year. So, defensive battles, I believe, in AA. Where's your brackets? There we go. Let's look at Class B or Class A football brackets for the semifinals. Had some upset last week. So Columbia Falls will take on Corvallis. Dillon, looking for an unbeaten season, takes on Lewistown, the defending champs. Mentioned Townsend in the semifinals at Manhattan Saturday. The other semifinal will be Florence Carleton against Red Lodge. I don't know if anybody beats Florence this year or the next couple years. 8-man football semifinals. It's pretty loaded as well. Ennis will take on Belt. Fairview takes on Fort Benton. And in 6-man, Floyd Lake, they've won a couple state championships recently. Harlow Rygate Judith Gap takes on Floyd Lake. Floyd Lake and Harlow put up a combined 144 points last week. They allowed 135. Floyd Lake beat CJI 79-75, and Harlow beat Hot Springs 65-60. So Floyd Lake, Harlow, Rygate, Judith Gap in one semifinal. Then you've got Centerville, which put up 48 on West Yellowstone last week, taking on Custer Hysham Melstone, which put up 65 against West Briganora. Expect high-scoring 6-man semifinals. I feel confident saying that. I really do. You've got Cat Grizz in action this week. The Grizz out at Portland State. See what Bruce Barnum and the the Vikings can do against the Grizz. It's funny, Bruce Barnum, the head coach of Portland State, his son plays for Montana. Bobby Houck's son, Robbie, is first-year assistant coach for Portland State. So, some father-son connections in the Rose City this week. And you also have Montana State at home hosting Eastern Washington. That should be a good game. I think the Cats and Grizz each win, setting up a huge Cat Grizz game next week in Missoula. Really good one. Frontier this week. Big games. And as soon as I can find it, I'll tell you. Let's see here. Heading into week 10, 11. So you've got college. There's a lot on the line this week. Carroll cannot win the conference championship. However, the Saints can make the playoffs potentially with a win at home over November Tech on Saturday. Or November Tech? Montana Tech. College of Idaho is at Southern Oregon. Western is at Eastern Oregon. Those two can share a title, or they can win it outright depending on who wins. If they both win, C of I gets the automatic bid. Western's heading to the playoffs no matter what, as is College of Idaho. They're ranked 5th in the country. If College of Idaho wins, Western loses, C of I is the outright champs. If Southern Oregon upsets the Yotes and Montana Western wins, then the Bulldogs get the outright championship. Western would earn the automatic bid if there's a C of I loss, a Western loss, and a Tech win because of tiebreaker. If C of I, Western both lose and Carroll wins, C of I gets the head-to-head tiebreaker. So C of I at Southern Oregon, Western at Eastern, and Carroll hosting Tech. And then I think you've got, is that it? I think that's it. Does Northern play Arizona Christian? They must. Rocky's got Northern. Arizona Christian's done. Okay. Rocky finishes the year with Northern at home. So that's a Frontier recap and rundown as well. Lots of good stuff this weekend. I can't wait for next week's Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. I have no idea. It could be volleyball. It could be football. It could be hoops. Probably not hoops. But Frontier hoops in action. Volleyball too. I mean, it's just... I think Frontier Volleyball is championships this week in Great Falls. Right? Yeah, the upcoming conference. It's a conference tournament this week in Great Falls. So Providence will host. The tournament schedule starts tomorrow. Western takes on Northern, Rocky, and Carroll. And then Tech gets the winner of match 1, which is Western Northern. Providence gets the winner of Rocky Carroll. And then Saturday is the championship after semifinals. Friday night. Tech, number 10 in the country. Providence, 15-10 overall, but 7-3 in conference play. Rocky, Western, each receiving votes. Western got out so hot and then went 5-5 in conference to finish 4th in conference. Carroll did not win a game in conference. Northern was 4-6. Rocky 6-4. Tech 8-2. So lots of great volleyball. Conference tournament for Frontier State Volleyball in Bozeman this week. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll check in on the football side of things. Jefferson High coach Clint Layng will join us. He'll also break down State B volleyball. He's just a sports nut. And we'll talk some hunting as well. The walk-up brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes. Veteran-owned, family-owned, woman-owned, and operated. Check out Montana Custom Log Homes at yourcustomlog.com today. Coming right back, Jefferson High football coach Clint Layng talks semifinals next.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com. Fall is officially here, and now is the perfect time to get your rig tuned up before the big hunt. That means a lift kit from Auto Concepts. An Auto Concepts lift kit will help take you places only the animals can go. And when you do get that big one, make sure you have help to get it home with a winch to pull it out. Or maybe you'll be a good friend and help pull someone out of the snowbank. Check out AutoConceptsHelena.com for more ideas. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Summer, the season to work hard, play hard. The days are heating up and getting longer. The smell of fresh cut grass, the hot sun on your skin. We kidding. We all know you're really thinking about having fun and relaxing at the Copper Club Casino. Meet your friends for a cold one. Play a $5 or $2. When you want great service, cold drinks, and fun entertainment, this is the place. The Copper Club Casino, where everybody knows your name any time of year. On Euclid, across from Molendi Center, the Copper Club Casino.
There's only one place in Helena to cure your craving for Cajun cuisine, and that is Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys and catfish to jambalaya and much more, Cafe Zydeco has the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. And Cafe Zydeco cares about those that take care of us. Military, law enforcement, first responders can get your drink free as a way of saying thank you to those that protect us every day. If you're looking for a place to grab lunch or dinner, get the flavor of the Big Easy in Big Sky Country at Cafe Zydeco on Euclid in Helena.
Store Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show on a Thursday. Foo Fighters. Song you can listen on Continental Divide Radio. Download at the Apple Store. Go to jasonwalkermedia.com. jasonwalkershow.com as well. Say, Alexa, play Continental Divide Radio. There's a lot of people listening right now. I'm just checking the statistics. All over. State of Montana, Virginia as well. Appreciate it. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Well, it is a big week in Montana. You got state volleyball. You've got semifinals for state football. And a big one. Florence Carleton is at home. And I already forgot who they play, but Manhattan is at home, and they are hosting the Jefferson Panthers. And joining us now in the Off-the-Wall Mancave to talk about the Panthers is the head coach of Jefferson, Clint Layng. Joining us, Jason Walker Show. All right, Coach, congratulations. Third straight semifinal. I know you're not going to say it was an upset, but a moderate upset on the road last week. Great win in overtime for you guys, and Tyzer Zodi continues to impress as a freshman.
Yeah, he really does. It was one of the wildest games I've ever coached in. The flow of momentum and ups and downs, it was crazy. And the way it ended was unreal. Just a wild game. I mean, they're really, really good. I think that's maybe the best team we've played in a lot of ways on what they brought to the table and how many good players they had.
Take me through the 2-point conversion denial there for you guys.
Well, on the first one, they were going to try it. They had taken a timeout, and they're lining up to run it, and then they're running a guy on the field because they only had 10 on the field, and he never did get set. So I knew it was a penalty right away, and the flags came out right away. I don't know if my kids realized it or if that made them hesitate or what, but they ended up running like a sweep to the sideline, and he actually got in. But I knew it was a flag the whole time, and I think my kids knew it was a flag the whole time too, but they didn't blow it dead. They let the play out, and then it moved back 5 yards to the 8-yard line, and I waited for them to line up to see their formation because I had one timeout left, and I saw the formation, took a timeout. I had a pretty good idea of what they were going to do, so I kind of lined up my defense during the timeout how I wanted, and they did exactly what I anticipated. Quarterback rolling out to the right, to the trips, to the field, and they had what we call a follow concept with the two inside guys and then the outside guy going to the corner. And I couldn't see it clearly when the ball was thrown to the end zone, but I think it was tipped, and then I think it went out the back of the end zone, I'm pretty sure.
Either way, it's a great win. You guys are down, though, with less than a minute to go, and Zodi finds Parker Wagner for the tying touchdown to send it to overtime. What was that play call?
They had the ball to start with, I don't know, we had to punt it away down 6 and get a stop, and we did on defense. So we got the ball back. I can't remember exactly. I want to say around 3 minutes or just under 3 minutes, probably starting around our own 30. And we methodically just moved the chains and got down, I want to say around their 25, and we had 4th and 8, and Tyzer hit Parker on a deep out, and he was able to skate down the sideline and get the ball to the 8-yard line. So then we're set up first and goal at the 8. I want to say like 1:39 left in the game, and all these plays were passes. We threw the ball every down on that drive, and for a freshman to do what he was doing, it was awesome and pretty amazing. So then I can't remember exactly every play, but there was one play where I want to say, was it third down? I can't remember, but anyway, Tizer scrambled, got the ball to the 1. Then we got a false start, moved it back to the 6. And then on that down, Tizer, he rolled right. I thought he was going to be sacked for a second. The big defensive end, barely got a piece of his jersey. He stepped out of it, and he was, backpedaling, threw it to Parker, lob pass over the 2 defenders in the end zone, and Parker made a diving catch. It was crazy. And that tied the game. So then we're going to kick the PAT with 19 seconds left. And our kicker's been really good. He's only missed 2 PATs all year. And he missed it wide left. So then we're like, oh crap. And then he was really upset about that. But my guys responded. They picked him up. They said, it's okay. We'll get this thing in overtime. Goes to overtime. And we got the ball first. Jack Johnson, first play, touchdown. Then Hunter Stevens kicks the PAT, makes it. So now we're up 7. And then that's when, they got the ball. They scored on third down. And I already told you about the 2-point play.
Clint Layng joining us, Jefferson High football coach. When you sit there and talk about Tizer Zodi as a freshman, he's not a freshman anymore. No. On the football field, and it's kind of reminiscent of a few years ago when another freshman went in at Montana State. Tommy Malott led the team to the championship, just playing without fear and just playing with confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. I don't think. I mean, I never really have asked him this, but I don't think he gets nervous. I don't think the moment bothers him. I really don't. And he has a confidence to him. I've been talking to a couple of my, college teammates that we talk each week, guys that coach in Idaho or Oregon. We talk sometimes about, hey, how's it going? Like their playoffs and stuff like that. And I was telling a couple of my college teammates that he has some cockiness to him, but in a good way. Mm-hmm. And I think that leads to him not being nervous and not being scared of the moment, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And yeah. And even in, this, what was that on Saturday? I forget now. I mean, it's his sixth start or 7th start. I can't remember where we're at right now, but he gets better every week. I mean, some of the passes he's thrown, some of the plays he's made for a kid that age, I couldn't have asked for any more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, we came into this season, we knew he would probably be our backup, but we had only really planned on him playing in games where, okay, we're up 40 now, let's take the guys out.
Right.
I mean, that was the plan going in. And then he got thrown in the Three Forks game in the, second quarter, and hadn't really got a lot of reps in practice, and it was pouring rain that night. So that was kind of that game was just kind of a thrown together thing. We put him out there. We had limited things we could do with him because he hadn't had reps. But then the next week when we started preparing him to be the guy, he's improved every week.
It's just awesome to watch. And, I think after midway point of the season, I don't know if anybody expected Jefferson High to be where you guys are, and that is right back in the semifinals this week. And a really good chance against a Manhattan team you guys lost to early in the season, but you and I talked when that game happened. It was really close until the fourth quarter, and you guys had a chance to win that game, and now you get a rematch, and it's tough in football to beat the same team twice. he's got experience now against Manhattan, and they're going to have to prepare for a really good football team. The Tigers will.
Yeah, I feel like we got a good chance. I mean, the last time we played them, it was like Kaiser's third start. Mm-hmm. We had a 10-8 lead going to the fourth quarter. They hit a big, pass play to take the lead 16-10. Then we were like at midfield, and there wasn't a lot of time left, 3-4 minutes. And we went for it on fourth down, didn't get it, and then they punched one in late to make it 24-10. I mean, when you get to this point, no matter who you're playing, they're going to be good.
Yep.
So you got to play well, and you can't have mistakes and bad turnovers at bad times, and you're going to have to make some plays to win the game, some big plays. I mean, I feel good about our chances, and we're going to go in there and give it our best effort.
What does Manhattan bring offensively that you guys have to work on the defensive side?
They have a really good running back, and their line's good, and he runs hard, and he's shifty, tough kid, number 40. Last name, I don't want to butcher his last name on radio, but it's like Spinberg is his last name. Good player. And then their quarterback is a good player. He can run, he can throw, and they have a really good receiver, number 1, and Finno is his last name. Mm-hmm. He's the one that made the big play on us in the end zone last time. I mean, they're a good team. They have good players. I mean, it's going to be a good matchup.
Looking forward to it as we talk to Jefferson football coach Clint Layng. How was your Sunday? Because you had the Steelers on Thursday last week. You had your own pizza. Everybody was gone. You were all alone on Thursday night. You got to watch the Steelers win, and then you have Sunday off. How do you spend Sunday with no Steeler football?
Well, I didn't get to bed that night that day till about 3:30, 4 in the morning. And then I woke up, turned on that Chiefs-Dolphins game, watched a little bit of it, and then, I was right back to work watching film and doing our stats. And then it kind of took me a while that day. Doing the stats on that game took a while after there were so many plays in that game going to overtime. And then, being that we're playing Manhattan, I have a really good familiarity with them already. So I got on the film watching their last 2 games, but it helped me with it being a familiar opponent, if that makes sense.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, you're used to playing Manhattan. Eureka's a little different, or Glasgow's a little different than what you guys play throughout the course of a season. Pressure on you guys? I mean, you've been here 3 straight years. Is the pressure on the coaching staff to get over the hump?
I don't feel pressure. I mean, with what we've overcome this year and the adversity we've been dealt, I think, we've built confidence, and I think we feel like we have a good chance, but I don't really feel pressure. I mean, like you said earlier, when Luke went down, probably everybody wrote us off for the most part, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And these kids have rallied. They've overcame a lot of different things. I mean, not just losing Luke, but just different, things we've dealt with other injuries we've had and had to make adjustments in our lineup and move kids around from a safety to a linebacker, from a linebacker to defensive end, from, shuffling the deck on the offensive line a little bit at different times. So these kids have really adapted well, and they've adapted to the adjustments we've had to make, and kids have stepped up in different roles. I don't think we feel pressure. I think these kids have confidence, and they're kind of riding the wave of momentum, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. And here's the cool thing. You don't have to play Florence Carlton in the semifinals this year.
Yeah, I know. That's a little different, but I'm hoping to play him again. That's what I would like to happen.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, you got to win on Saturday. I mean, it's that easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you approach it. You just go, guys, we win, we're in. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't throw any pressure on these kids. How's the rest of the team around Tizer? Like the upperclassmen, the seniors, and how's Luke been with Tizer? I know Luke hasn't played, but he's there supporting him, I'm sure.
Yeah, they've been awesome. Like, especially the O-line. They've been so good to him. They don't they don't get on him when he throws an interception or makes a mistake, because when that happens, sometimes he'll hang his head a little bit. But those guys, they pick him up, and all the kids from Luke to the offensive line, they've been awesome with him. They really have, and it's been great to see. I have a lot of good kids on this team, a lot of kids that take leadership and just play hard and pick guys up.
All right, so Saturday, I'm calling the Class B volleyball championships at noon. Why should I come to Manhattan instead of going to MSU after volleyball's done? Because the Cats play at 1 against Eastern Washington. You guys play Manhattan. Which football game should I go to?
Our game. It's going to be a better game. Cats are going to blow Eastern Washington out. Plain and simple. So our game, and I think there's going to be a huge crowd there for our game.
Yeah, but I don't have a pass to get into the Manhattan game. I have a pass to MSU.
Oh, well, maybe I can ask my wife if we have an extra.
Can you leave me a Can you leave me a ticket like what's his dink used to do for Elvis?
Yeah, I might be able to. Whoa. My wife is in control of our passes. I'll see how many I have.
Okay. See, and your wife likes me, so I think we're okay.
Yeah, and I'm just telling you, it's going to be a lot better football game than the MSU game.
Well, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, I was hoping that, like my day started on Saturday. I was watching our game against Columbus on my phone, actually the Eureka AD phone, because when we got to Eureka, I was trying to watch it on my phone, and then it wasn't working with the service. So the Eureka's AD gave me his phone to watch my daughter's volleyball game.
Oh,
why? Because we were there early and we had time to get ready and stuff, and they're playing Columbus to go to state.
Yep.
And we got to game 5 and we're up 11-8. I was feeling really good, and then we ended up losing. And I mean, that was kind of a range of emotions for me because, I was really upset that, my daughter's last volleyball game just finished and they didn't make it to state. And, I wasn't there to watch her. And so there's just a range of emotions I was going to as I took the field for pregame, so to speak.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Tough loss for Jefferson there last week for sure.
Yeah, it was.
But, so who wins State B volleyball?
Well, everybody will probably say Huntley Project. I mean, they won it. They won it last year with no seniors. So I've heard that they, like, how do you call in volleyball? Is it a match when you win the match, or is each game a set? Like,
well,
whatever.
It's games and sets, and then you have the match.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like quarters for a game of football, but it's games and then a match.
Yeah, they've only lost, I think, 3 games all year and 0 matches.
Yeah.
It'd be good to see Townsend do well because that's good for our conference,
Yep.
I mean, whenever you get into the state in Class B, and I think in Class C as well, once you get into the state playoffs and state tournaments, like in football and state playoffs, every game a team wins from your conference gets you another all-state kid from your conference. And then like in basketball and volleyball, if a team from your conference places in the top 3, then that gives your conference another all-state kid. So, people talk about rivalries and stuff like that with teams within your conference. But when it gets to playoff time, I root for teams from our conference because it benefits kids from our conference.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, and I would love to see Townsend against Huntley Project. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at the bracket. I don't even know what the bracket, because once we're out, I haven't even looked at the bracket.
Yeah, they would play, they would meet in the championship is how it's set up. So.
Oh, okay.
I think. I'm positive of that.
Yeah. The thing that's kind of frustrating is the Southern B is by far the toughest in volleyball. Yes. And we have 3 or 4 teams that aren't in the state tournament that are better than teams that are there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, our team beat, I know, at least 1 or 2 of the teams that are there pretty easily. And I think that Joliet, another team from our division is better than teams that are there. It's just, I don't know. It's just kind of frustrating. And with the number of teams in our division, I think we should get 4 every year. I guarantee you if our team was there, they would win games and they would have a really good chance to play.
I do not disagree. I will say I've seen Florence Carlton in person. They're pretty good. So
yeah, I think we beat them at our tournament, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they get Columbus first round.
Columbus will win that game.
I don't know. Florence Carlton was pretty good when I saw them.
Yeah, they were at our tournament. We played them, and yeah.
Well, you follow things extensively. I love this. So Huntley's got Eureka in the first match in volleyball. Fairfield, Deer Lodge, Florence Carlton, Columbus. You normally break down football playoffs for me, but I like the volleyball breakdown here.
Yeah.
All right, so who wins Fairfield, Deer Lodge?
Fairfield.
Okay, so you're going Huntley, Fairfield, Columbus, and Townsend in the first round today.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Mark it down. Write it in right now and pin.
Oh, I love it. Hey, keep the momentum going, and I would love to talk with you next week. I would love for you not to be able to go hunting until Thanksgiving weekend, because that means you guys were playing at state.
Yep, that's what I've told my youngest daughter, because she's already getting worried about not getting to hunt, and I told her that if we make the state championship, we got that whole next week to hunt. The whole week.
Yes.
I told her I'll take a day off, and we got a whole week, and we'll get something.
Okay. Maybe I'll come with you. I could use some deer in the freezer.
Yeah. Yeah. I got some pretty good spots to go. So no, I'm pretty confident.
I'm serious though. I don't care if it's a doe, because I think does taste better than bucks as far as whitetail.
Yeah, no, my youngest daughter is all about going for the big ones.
Okay. Well, she can have the buck. I'll take the doe, and and we're all happy with meat in the freezer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's part of it too.
Where are the Steelers this week?
Home against Green Bay.
Ooh, that's a win for Pittsburgh.
It better be. Yeah, it better be.
Coach, good luck on Saturday in Manhattan. I may show up after volleyball, so just, I'll sneak in to Manhattan Football Stadium there. But come watch you guys win.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep. Thank you. No problem.
He is so fun to chat with. Clint Layng. Good luck to the Jefferson Panthers at Manhattan Saturday afternoon. I might have to go to that one. But that cat game, senior day in Bozeman, depending on what happens, it could be the last home game of the year in Bozeman. I'm hoping not, obviously. But, all right, let's take a break. The segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. When we return, we'll continue here on the Jason Walker Show on a Thursday. I got a great thing we're going to read from Bill Foley, great reporter down in Butte. That's coming up next. Hang on.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Fall is officially here, and now is the perfect time to get your rig tuned up before the big hunt. That means a lift kit from Auto Concepts. An Auto Concepts lift kit will help take you places only the animals can go. And when you do get that big one, make sure you have help to get it home with a winch to pull it out. Or maybe you'll be a good friend and help pull someone out of the snowbank. Check out AutoConceptsHelena.com for more ideas. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
There's only one place in Helena to cure your craving for Cajun cuisine, and that is Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys and catfish to jambalaya and much more, Cafe Zydeco has the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. And Cafe Zydeco cares about those that take care of us. Military, law enforcement, first responders can get your drink free as a way of saying thank you to those that protect us every day. If you're looking for a place to grab lunch or dinner, get the flavor of the Big Easy in Big Sky Country at Cafe Zydeco on Euclid in Helena.
Ah, summer. A time to work in the yard and get all those projects that you've been thinking about all winter done. And when you've had enough, go to Lucky Duck Casino and Bar to cool off, relax, laugh a little or a lot, your choice, have a drink and play your favorite games. There's plenty of new games and your old favorites. Now, if you don't want to work hard and the relaxing part sounds the best to you, then just head over to Lucky Duck Casino and Bar on Dredge behind Jade Restaurant. Happy summer, everyone.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back. Final segment on a Thursday in the Off-the-Wall Mancave. On this day in history coming up. The walk-off and more. Can't wait to see what Continental Divide Radio is going to throw at us all day today. Good music over there. Check it out. Alexa, play Continental Divide Radio. You can also download Continental Divide Radio at the Apple Store and take it with you wherever you go. You can also get the Jason Walker Show at Apple, Google, jasonwalkershow.com. Saw something the other day and wanted to read this. So Saturday is Veterans Day. And if you follow the show, you know my son is currently in the Army, stationed in Hawaii. And my grandpa served, my brother served, and had a cousin serve twice in the Army. So Bill Foley does a great job with buttecast.com, and he put up an article on his Tapper Light this week about Tommy Malott. And we all know how great Tommy is, right? He's a great football player, but a better person. Well, in 7th grade, he wrote an essay. And I want to read it to you. Tommy's grandpa, Gene Fogarty, a Korean War vet like my grandfather. But this is Tommy Malott's 7th grade essay. "O say can you see by the dawn's early light, that is the beginning of the starting stanza in the Star-Spangled Banner. But when I sing it before any sporting event, I think of all the American veterans out there risking their life for our freedom. American veterans should be on everyone's list of most respectable people. However, there are numerous citizens that don't show them enough respect. If you didn't already know, veterans are the reason we live in such an amazing country. They get up every morning knowing this could be their last day. You might think our president would need to draft these brave soldiers to fight for our freedom, but he didn't. These amazing people sign up for it, not because they need to, but because of their love for this country. They love our country so much that they will leave their family and friends to protect strangers that they have never seen or met. A lot of people don't realize how special they really are, and they don't show it either. My grandfather was a veteran of the Korean War. He is my mom's dad and is a loving husband and grandfather. He's the reason I have such a strong passion for sports and a yearning to be the best I can be. Now, almost everything I do is either school or sports related. Like every grandfather, he loves telling me stories about his life, whether it's sports related or when he was in the Marines. He always has a story to tell. I love listening to him. He is a great American hero. Although veterans are the reason we have freedom and liberty, people still don't show them respect like I do. My parents taught me to always approach a dressed military man or shake their hand and thank them for serving. They also taught me to always respect the American flag by crossing my right hand over my heart. I notice many adults that don't ever do this, and I think it's just pathetic. Every mother and father should teach their children to show respect towards these very important people. The next time you see a man or woman in uniform, make sure you show them how much you respect them by shaking their hand or even talking to them for a while. That was Tommy Malott in 7th grade, an essay he wrote. He got 100% on that grade. And it is a reminder of how we should all treat our veterans on Veterans Day and every day. We have different days, we have different months for different things, but Veterans Day should be celebrated every day. So follow the advice of Tommy Malott. Shake the hand of a veteran. Talk to them, him or her. Ask the vets about their service time. And then when you're done, say thank you for your service. Tommy Malott. Man, we could learn a lot from him any day of the week. You can check that out at buttecast.com. Bill Foley, Tapper Light. Let's do On This Day in History. It is November the 9th. It is 1961. PGA eliminated the Caucasians only rule. 1996, Evander Holyfield upset Mike Tyson in the 11th round knockout in Vegas to regain the WBA heavyweight boxing title, second boxer after Muhammad Ali to win the heavyweight title 3 times. And a happy birthday today to KTVQ Television in Billings. Began broadcasting on this date in 1953. Let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Stop in for the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. Chilly Montana day. It'll warm you right up. There's no doubt about that. Oh, man, what a great week. Kyle Mihelish, Guy Almquist. Don't forget Special Olympics. State basketball starts today in Helena. Runs through Saturday. And it'll be at a lot of different gyms. So you got a chance to see some great athletes here in Helena this weekend. Kobe Bignell, Lindsey Day, Megan Bliley, Clint Layng. Thanks for joining us this week as well. And, just a reminder. Veterans Day is Saturday. There's a lot of football going on, a lot of volleyball going on. But let's take a moment on Saturday and really every day to thank our veterans. We would not be here without them. And I showed this picture before. That is my grandpa after having his hip shot out in Korea with General Douglas MacArthur. So thank you to my grandpa. Thank you to my brother. Thank you to my son currently serving. And show your respect this Saturday for our veterans. All right. Good luck to all the teams in action this weekend. Frontier Volleyball Championships in Great Falls, Friday and Saturday. State semifinals for football across the state. Grizz out in Portland State. Cats home against Eastern. Frontier football wraps up the regular season. Frontier basketball, Big Sky basketball in full swing. We'll recap it all next week. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. And good luck to everybody. Thanks to our sponsors and our fantastic fans. Couldn't do it without you. Go to JasonWalkerShow.com if you missed anything. Jason Walker Media, Continental Divide Radio as well. We'll see you next week here, Jason Walker Show.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.